Episode 50 or episode 60, guys. Here we go. We're gonna talk about Benedict Mathurin.
This has been Strictly Ball Business.
Strictly ball business.
Strictly ball business.
I like that video.
And he's one of your favorite players, I know. He's definitely helping the Pacers out to a surprising record of 9-6 so far. And, like we said earlier this offseason, check out one of our previous videos, guys, if you want to see how smart we are. I don't mean to toot our horn too much, but we did pinpoint the Indiana Pacers as a potential playoff team for this year. And I think a lot of people probably would have laughed at us, but right now they're playing better than the Bulls, and that could keep up. They're playing just as well as teams like the Raptors, and maybe that'll keep up as well. Lots of injuries around the league. You've got tankathons at the bottom of the East, but the Pacers are going to keep trying to win, and Benedict Mathurin is a big reason for that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about why he is helping this team get to that 9-6 record and possibly a playoff berth this year?
Yeah, so he's coming off the bench for them, filling in a lot of roles they got. He's a sizable guard, 6'6", he's been playing the wing, but I think it's his efficiency as a rookie. This guy came out already scoring 19.1 points per game, shooting splits on 44, 42, 82, basically 83. That's pretty crazy to see from a rookie. That's like typical all-star numbers. Like I think Chris Middleton is like that's very close to the role he played. And you're not getting much secondary playmaking out of him. It's a lot of just like kind of the perfect fit next to Halliburton, who's been great for them. Obviously, we can never talk enough about Halliburton on this channel, but Benedict Mathurin's just been killing it. Off ball, everything. He's just there. He's a perfect complement to Halliburton. It's been great.
Yeah, honestly, like they've just nailed that draft pick. Especially trading to get Halliburton next to him, like they work out really well in terms of their skills, and to be doing this on 27 minutes per game, it's going to be great to see what he does with 33 someday, and hopefully those days aren't too far away. He's basically playing like a 2K player right now, just coming in confident, shooting hot, making his shots. And honestly, with Banchero out, is he not the favorite for Rookie of the Year right now?
He actually is, yeah. So not because Banchero's been out, and which Banchero should be back next week. He's number one in the leaderboards. I don't think many people are close. I think maybe Jabari Smith is rocking third, but nobody's close to Banchero or Mathurin. I think right now it's just a two-man race. I don't see it changing anytime soon. Maybe after the All-Star break, Jabari will hit his stride, or who else is out there? Not Chet.
There's Jaden Ivey, who's been struggling as a shooter, but looks really solid as a driver and a playmaker for that team, but really struggling in terms of having an ugly shot come into the league, which we knew, but not making those shots. So makes sense with the ugly shot. I don't know. Can we fix it? Can we figure that out in the next couple of years? I think so. He's young enough. Hopefully he's coachable, right? That's the number one thing here, so he doesn't turn into Russell Westbrook, who we all know is a Hall of Famer, but ultimately is never going to win a championship. Would love to say a different matter for Jaden Ivey at the end of his career.
Yeah, no, definitely. And this is actually pretty crazy. I was just looking at the stat for Benedict. He's only making 38% from the corner. That sounds fine. That's above league average for like normal 3-point shooting. That's pretty low actually from the corner. Usually like good shooters are shooting plus 40s, hell, even 50%. Like I bet you Utah's shooting like 50% from corner threes. But yeah, no, he's been great. 60% of his mostly about 70% of both field goals are assisted. So he's been doing a lot. He's able to create himself, but he's just flourishing in that offense. And right now, Rick Carlisle, everyone's complaining, like, why is he coming off the bench? Only 22 minutes a game. Rick Carlisle's like, listen, we're 9-6. We're rolling. We're doing well. They're looking competent. He's like, I'm not going to mess it up. Like, obviously once they start to falter, then minutes will start getting put in. They're winning now. Rick Carlisle's like, you know what? if it ain't broke. So that's what they're going to keep going. And I don't see anything wrong with it. They're both. He's getting into filling a role. He's clearly flourishing, learning, and so is everyone else. And they're still utilizing Turner. So we'll see it. We'll see how it goes. Maybe Turner won't end up being traded because the system looks pretty well.
I think he's got a slow plan to get Mathurin starting eventually, maybe next year. But for now, he's playing great off the bench. And he's coming in hungry, he's coming in confident because he's got that sort of mentality. And, you want him coming in thinking he can, shoot shots and not have to give it up for other guys like Halliburton and Turner and whomever. But even with Duarte injured, who normally Duarte would start over Mathurin, which makes sense. Duarte is a great player in himself. Like we love him as well. But he's been hurt. And even with that, they've started another rookie, Andrew Nembhard, over Benedict Mathurin, just so that they can keep the rotation correct the way that they've planned it out. Because like you said, they don't want to mess with anything. And I'm fine with that as long as things keep going the way it's going. And I had a lot of doubts if Carlisle was really a great coach after last season. But this year so far looks like he's got the team figured out. Maybe just needed to give some time for guys to get bought into the system. And obviously they've got the more correct personnel for what they want to accomplish. And man, talk about hitting on the draft with two guys, Chris Duarte and Benedict Mathurin, in the later part of the lottery.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And it's good you mentioned Chris Duarte because like a lot of times you'll see these wings who you're like for the example of the Cavs when you get wings like Mitchell and Karras and you're like I don't know if they can fit together because of defense or shooting. I see no reason why Mathurin and Duarte can't coexist on the same team. They're both good at both things. But I got two questions. They're good at great all around guards. First question. Benedict Mathurin, you think they might just leave him off the bench? I mean, if he keeps up these numbers, he's definitely in the running for Sixth Man of the Year. How crazy would that be? Rookie and Sixth Man of the Year? I mean, might as well.
That's true.
Why not?
I mean, honestly, the way it's going, I don't know who would compete with him for it. Like, I'd have to look into that because, 19 points per game off the bench is phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't know who's leading, who has more coming off the bench right now. I mean, I can go through the scoring right now. Well, I'll try to do it while you answer this next question. So who's the best now that he's played some NBA time? Who's Benedict Mathurin's? What's a good player comparison for him right now, or a good ceiling?
For a guy that can shoot as much as he does and can score as much as he can. The ceiling's pretty high. It's hard to say exactly where that is. I certainly think an obvious one is to say he can be as good as Chris Middleton, but I would go even higher and say he could be as good as Paul George maybe. Who knows? He'd have to really step up his game as a defender, so maybe that's not a great comparison for play style. But in terms of scoring, I think he can certainly get there. Maybe as a historical perspective, Tracy McGrady, one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Tracy McGrady with a little bit of better shooting.
That's a good one. Yeah, I found Paul George is good. I think he's going to fall somewhere between Paul George and Bradley Beal. Same skill tier, but leans more into offense, not as good as defense type. So he's going to be somewhere. He's going to be Paul Beal.
All right. So you're agreeing with me on the Paul George one, and that's great for the Pacers. They're able to get another player like that late in the draft. I mean, just pretty insane. The skill level of drafting there.
Yeah. Is Kelly Oubre coming off the bench?
Kelly Oubre?
I don't think so.
He must be. I mean,
well,
but let me see.
I think he's starting because if Kelly Oubre is not coming off the bench, then he's definitely a Sixth Man of the Year front runner. With 19.1, 4 rebounds, 2 assists at the efficiency he's doing. Because even let's look at Kelly Oubre, 42. Wait, hold on, that's not right. Where's the efficiency on this thing? All right, there you are. Kelly's chilling at
It
42,
says he averages
32, 73.
19.4.
Yeah. I mean, even then, still my fault. I think might as well just keep having him come off the bench. Has anybody in the NBA ever won Rookie and Sixth Man of the Year? Was that James Harden in the Rookie of the Year?
I'll Google it right now. Has anyone ever... Google it right now. I mean, James Harden comes to mind. Probably got it up faster.
No, probably not. I probably Googled the wrong thing. It's really hard to... I just keep saying who was the last rookie to win Sixth Man of the Year? Let's see. Stat Muse. Ben Gordon. Is this NBA? Did I
Ben
search
Gordon
the-
did?
Ben Gordon, Chicago Bulls. Ben Gordon won Sixth Man of the
man.
Year and Rookie of the 2004, 2005.
Oh, Ben Gordon. He was fun, like, to play as in 2K on the Chicago teams. And then I remember he went to Orlando for a sec as his career was running out. But, man, he had a lot of potential for a moment there. Definitely looked like he could score.
Okay.
You remember
Well,
him, or did you?
I
didn't
don't
watch the
know.
basketball back then.
I didn't watch
NBA.
basketball back then. But what do you guys think? Let's. If you were a betting man, would you comment your odds below on where Benedict Mathurin will fall in the Sixth Man of the Year and Rookie of the Year race? Can he win both, or is he guaranteed to win one? Let us know below. All right. So if you're ready, let's talk. We had there's 2 draft classes.
And to answer, to answer your question, Kelly Oubre has started every game this year.
Okay. Well, now we know that. But all right, let's get into it. Did you guys like that video? I like that video. Just comment, like, and subscribe.